The opening round of the Progressive American Flat Track Series was shaping up to be an epic night for two riders until fate took hold. Dalton Gauthier was looking to make his mark in the Parts Unlimited singles class.
I feel really good right now, and they're gonna feel me in the main.
He took aim at the two-time defending series champion Cody Kopp and was hoping to keep the lead until Cody proved once again that the short track at Daytona was his own personal playground, winning for the third time in the last 3 races. In the Mission Super Twins class, a part-time rider and former champion climbed aboard his retired Harley-Davidson XR 750 and was the fast guy all night.
Yeah, Slammin' Sammy's here to play, and hopefully no slamming is necessary because I'd like to do it from the front.
Sammy left no doubt that he was the guy to beat until his dreams of standing on the top of the podium went up in smoke, all but handing the victory to Dallas Daniels, who needed no help in finding his way around the short track en route to his 3rd straight victory at Daytona. Can anyone stop Cody and Dallas, or will it be the 4th in a row for both parties? America's first extreme sport slides your way next on Fox Sports. Hi everybody, and welcome to the second round of the Progressive American Flat Track Series, the Royal Enfield Short Track at Daytona. It's the 70th anniversary of flat track racing, and it got off to a hot start last night here in Daytona. Here's some highlights. At the start of the main event, watch Sammy Halbert on the 69. Scotty, he got a great start.
It looked like it's going to be his night. That XR 750 was hooked up, and here comes Price, was showing it a wheel, trying to stick a wheel up there lap after lap.
Brandon Price was challenging, and Dallas Daniels comes to the inside on his Essence and Yamaha and takes the lead away. Then Sammy Halbert's XR 750 starts smoking, and controversy would start brewing.
The black flag would be displayed a few different times. Here is Dallas Daniels' pass on the 69, but the 69 Sammy Halbert got the black flag a few different times, Ralph.
But he ignored it. He said afterwards, I wasn't sure who they were talking to because they never displayed a board, as it says in the rule book, with the 69 written on it. That would be a lucky break for Sammy at the end. Daniels would go on to get the win, but instead of being disqualified, Sammy would be credited with 5th because they didn't post the number on the board. Scotty, how about the results?
Dallas Daniels taking his 3rd consecutive win here at Daytona Flat Track. Price in an impressive 2nd place. Robinson 3rd. Fisher 4th. Sammy Halbert on the XR is 5th. Meese, the 9-time champ, is 6th. Briar Bauman way back there in 8th.
With more on the story of Sammy Halbert's night, here's Kristen Beat.
Sammy, a heartbreaking end to what was such a dominant night for the XR at round 1. Your team working on the bike here behind us. How do you approach the racing tonight, acknowledging the issues you had last night and also acknowledging this is your only bike, you don't have a backup bike?
Yeah, yesterday first was so fun. Like, it's the first time I've been mixing it up at the front for a while. It was so good, so fun. And yeah, strategy's really the same. Just go out there, do my thing. I got faith in my team. They're doing a good job. We're just staying on top of all the bike maintenance and just go out there and do my thing. I have actually more confidence today after yesterday showing that I could get starts. That was the biggest thing for me, was knowing if I can get it off the line. And so we had good starts. So more or less just go out there and do my thing, rely on my instincts, and see where it takes me.
In relation to the heats, maybe even the Mission Challenge and then the main event, will you have to ride more conservatively to preserve the bike?
No. We're just going just flat out Sammy style, like I always do. That's what I got. I mean, you can't conserve with these guys. I mean, these are the best in the world in flat track. So it takes everything you have to run at the front. So honestly, an honor just to be a part-timer now and to be able to run at the front with these guys. So I'm really enjoying the experience. More or less just going to take it in, have fun, try and give these Harley fans what they want and a win. But overall, just main thing for me is to have fun and leave safely and come back and do it again.
Do it Sammy style.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of Sammy Halbert before this night is done. And Scotty, I think you also have to be impressed with Brandon Price.
Brandon Price has been struggling. He's been on several different motorcycles. Last night, he put it all together on a brand new team, the team out of Maryland. He's from Maryland, and they were gelling last night.
You know, it was awesome just to go out there and battle for the win again. And, you know, it's hard to say. I think the track just really suited my style. It kind of reminds me of like a mini Lima, the way they kept it loose, and I could just go out be as aggressive as I could. End of the day with a second, but just going to try some more things today and try and get a little bit more so I can get up there where Dallas is at.
With Dallas Daniels getting away with the victory, his main rival from last year, Jared Mees, fell to 6th. Not the start the 9-time champ was looking for in Daytona.
Like those first 3 laps, I just feel like I'm a little bit more hesitant, and then I relax, get in my zone and groove, and then I'm the same as them. So I need to flip it around. I need to try to get after it a little earlier and be there, because this track's always been pretty notorious for trying to make time up, especially later in the race. Track will develop a groove, you kind of stay on the one-line groove, and things become pretty equal out there. So we'll give Daytona 2 another go.
Well, if anyone can deal with the pressure of coming back from a big points hole, it's Jared Mees. When we come back, the Parts Unlimited Singles Series kicks off round 2 from the World Center of Racing. The Progressive American Flat Track Series is brought to you by Mission Foods. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. And by Yamaha Motor Corporation, an official OEM partner of Progressive American Flat Track. Welcome back to Daytona, getting close to race time for the singles category. But before we do that, let's take a look at the highlights from last night. As this race gets underway, keep an eye in the middle of the front row, the 79 of Dalton Gauthier. He charges hard into turn number 1, and he'd come out with the lead.
He looked good right off the start, and he was going up the inside right here to take the lead away from Cody Kopp.
But Kopp would come charging back on his KTM, the Rick Ware Racing Machine. Out front goes the 2-time champion. To the checkered flag, it's Cody Kopp taking the win. And afterwards, while Joe Kopp went to celebrate with his son and his team owner, Rick Ware, coming up a little bit short last night, has left the fire burning in the belly of Dalton Gauthier here today, and Kristen is with him.
Dalton, entering this season, despite being a former champion, it seems as though you've been overlooked. How does that influence your racing?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people doubted me coming this year. Came out with a post a couple months ago saying that I won't be doing all the races, so I feel like a lot of guys written me off, and I always ride my best when people doubt me. I grew up with a lot of people doubting me. I didn't come from a lot of money, and I haven't had everything handed to me, so I always had to work for it. So, yeah, when I got my back against the wall, that's when I ride the best, and I'm here at Daytona. I love this place, and I'm here to have a good time and show the fans what I'm about.
Scotty, how about the results?
Cody Kopp taking his 3rd win in a row here at Daytona. Dalton Gauthier would settle for 2nd. Trent Lowe put it all together in the main event. He would get 3rd. Chase Sadoff made contact with the 59 of Tom Drain going into turn number 3 on the final corner. Chase would keep it on 2 wheels and finish 4th. Tom Drain would finish way back in 15th.
Yeah, yesterday we were in a good battle towards the end, and it was last lap, pretty much last corner as well, and then Chase just decided to dive bomb me from nowhere and clean me out with like no real purpose, which I didn't really understand it because it ruined my race and sort of affected my championship, and he didn't get really any consequence from it. He's still in 4th in the championship and come out of it and let Trent actually get through on him, so there was really no need for the move.
Man, I was working on Tom that whole main event, and I kind of waited till the last second to get it done just so there was no retaliation. And came into turn 3 on the checkered flag lap and stuck my front wheel in there. And it was a racing incident. We kind of bumped into each other, and he fell, and it sucks to see it. And I tried to apologize, but he wouldn't talk to me. But that's besides the point. But a little disappointed that I got bumped back to 4th right at the last second, which is right where I still was. But it's okay, We got today, and pretty stoked for today.
Let's show you the highlights from earlier tonight, beginning with the check presentation for the Pole Award presented by Pronto Parts Plus, $500 to Chase Sadoff. Into the heat races, Scotty, we go. Here's Chase Sadoff going down, unfortunately, early on in this one.
Yeah, he started at the tail of the field. It's going to be a long road for him right there. He just kind of came around on him, so he'll have to start at the back on the restart.
When this race was done, it's the 79 of Dalton Gauthier battling with Cody Kopp, and Gauthier takes the win. On to heat number 2. Tom Drain on the 59 on the inside gets a good start, and that'd be the last everybody would see of the rear tire of the 59. He takes this win easily. On to the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge for $2,500. Gautier and Drain both first to the corners, but the 59, Scotty, was awful quick for 4 laps. He takes the $2,500 and the win. All right, let's go to Kristen Beat.
Thanks, Ralph. I'm at the seam where the cushion generally meets the middle of the track down towards the inside where we generally find a groove. And I noticed standing here, it's kind of gumball-y, it's sticky. And I spoke with some of the riders. They anticipate this to be a slick section of the track. So if you're opting to either run the cushion or the groove, this in-between area is going to be really tricky for riders to figure out tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in the dirt there, Scotty.
Absolutely. We'll see where the riders pick. What's going to be the fastest way around?
Which way would you go?
We'll have to wait and see. Bottom looking good like a little bit later on.
All right, how about that starting lineup, Scotty?
We have the heavy hitters on the front row. Dalton Gautier on the inside. He'll have first pick. Tom Drain is there. Kopp is there. Trent Lowe, who came from the back to the front last night, he's starting fourth. You got Chase Sadoff in row number 2. And you got Aiden Roos Evans and Travis Pettin back there in the third row. I think you have to be at least on the third row or forward to take the win tonight.
All right, here we go. 10-second board is up. Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker. 6 minutes and 2 laps to go for their main event.
This is going to be a good one. You got to get a good start, Ralph, I believe.
Drain, Gautier, Kopp, Lowe, all in that front row. Here we go. We're racing down to turn number 1. Drain with a great start. Gets there first. Takes the middle line away. And Gautier comes up the inside, takes the lead away from him, and Kopp trying to join him up at the front.
Trent Lowe had a terrible turns 1 and 2. He's got to fight his way back to the front.
Kopp will slide into third. There's the green flag, letting everybody know we're off and racing. Look at them all fanning out 2, 3 wide as they work their way back into turns 1 and 2. Oh, one into the hay bales and the air fence. Here comes Gautier up into the lead. The red's going to come out, so Gautier's going to go back behind Drain.
Possibly going to have a complete restart. They only had 1 lap fully completed, so one rider, you saw one right at the corner of your eye get into that air fence over there. And I love the air fence. I mean, hopefully you don't hit something, but I'd rather hit an air fence than a hay bale.
Watch to the right here.
Looks like Ott's going up there, and oh gosh.
He brushed into that banner and it just sucks you right in.
Grabbed a hold of you.
Let's go down to Kristen Beat.
Yeah, I can see here the team is trying to bend that rear brake back into the bike. Guys, these are made to bend, maybe not break, but it's certainly bent the other way, and they're trying to bend it in the opposite direction so you can see his team holding the handlebars. Also, they're trying to decompress Trent Lowe's airbag. These Alpine Stars leathers are made to inflate on impact. They're made to protect the riders, but when they do inflate, if they plan on getting back on the bike, they have to deflate to allow the rider more movements. That's what Mike Turner is trying to do. He is not giving Trent Lowe a big hug. He is trying to de-inflate that suit to give him a little more mobility inside of it. But again, great job protecting Trent Lowe out there.
And Kristen, you get 2 shots at that before you have to send that suit back to Alpine Stars to get them to reset it.
The good news right here is they have a few moments because they're changing the air fence out there. Yeah, so they have a few moments to work on that bike, and he has to be ready to go when that track's ready to go. So that is Sam Lowe right there. Used to be national number 48 back, and I actually used to race against Sam.
So what will get fixed first, the bike or the air fence? Stay with us. We're coming back to Daytona to find out. All right, here we go. Drain, Gautier, and Kopp on the front row. Yamaha and a pair of KTMs. Ready to battle it out at Daytona. Kopp coming around from the outside. He's bar to bar with Drain as they sweep through the first 2 corners. Drain leads him off the 2. Down into the 3rd turn we go.
Gautier goes in high. Here comes the 66 of Eisenhardt showing a wheel.
Drain holds him off at the line for the first time in anger. He's got a bike length or 2 lead on the rest of the field as they all chase after him. The 66 of Eisenhardt up into 2nd place with the 1 of Kopp right working the inside of him.
Logan Eisenhardt out of nowhere, splitting up the pack a little bit. He's up to 2nd.
Kopp likes that bottom lane right now, but Eisenhardt takes it away from him. A little bit of a bobble right in the middle of the section, but the 66 could give Kopp some hope Here he comes. Not enough yet as they get to the corner again.
The first time we see Chase Setoff, he's making his way towards the front, but so is Justin Jones on the 91. That's for 4th and 5th.
Kopp working hard on the inside of the 66 of Eisenhart. This time he's going to get him as Eisenhart, with just a very slight bobble, gives the door open and Kopp comes through.
The more these two are racing for second place, the easier it is for the 59 to start checking out.
Yep, Kopp has to get the head down, focus on the 59 in front, forget about Eisenhart, and just start charging.
The 66 got up almost to the inside, touched the swing arm of Cody Kopp, and now he runs wide in turn 2.
There's a bump on the inside there between 1 and 2, and Kopp went right over and got that bike upset a little bit. That allowed Drain to get another couple of feet on him.
Chase Setoff in the picture right now in the 88, but here comes Jones retaliating on the 91. They're trying to keep up with these leaders.
The Honda sits in 4th, but not for long as he gives up the spot to Jones just in front of him. Now has to get back at him.
Gautier way back there in the 6th spot. Got a bad start, can't get things
nice
going.
move by Setoff as he gets around the inside of the 91 that time. Then the 91 slides right back up alongside. Setoff looks over at Gautier, then dives back to the inside on Jones.
Nice
Great move by Chase Setoff.
Looks like he's fogging up his lens just a little bit on that 88 bike. He's breathing hard right now, Ralph. He's trying.
For sure, you can see it right at the bottom of the visor.
Nose, yeah.
There goes Drain. Here comes Kopp, who's now pulled away from Eisenhart. Eisenhart falling back into the clutches of Jones, Setoff and Gautier. Bruce Evans sits back there in 7th.
Such an impressive ride by the 66. This is his 2nd season for Logan Eisenhart.
Setoff with a nice move this time inside of the 91, and this time he doesn't slide too far up, and Jones can't retaliate as quickly as he'd like.
Cody Kopp has the fastest lap last time by with the 1:8.556. Last lap for the leader, Tom Drain, 1:8.665. So if Kopp can put his head down, like you said a moment ago, maybe he can track down that leader.
Setoff has finally cleared Jones. Gautier trying to do the same. Setoff trying to set off to get after Eisenhart just in front of him on the 66. Setoff on that 88.
The top two have started to pull away, so we got a great battle back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Here's Gautier looking outside, halfway home, as we're inside of 3 minutes and 2 laps to go. And our Parts Unlimited AFT singles presented by Kicker main event.
Gautier up the inside of Setoff. Setoff reaches up, grabs the tear up. You can see just how thick it's getting on their shields right now.
That puts Gautier up into 4th. He thought he was going to be on the podium. He's got some work to do. Setoff not done yet with the Honda as he works back with the bottom here on the 88. Fog or no fog, he's still charging.
You know, and maybe that's not fog. That could be the white dirt on his shield, Ralph.
Could be. Either way, it's impairing his vision for sure.
Definitely not good.
Eisenhart's had a really good run on the 66. He would love to be in a podium position when this race comes to an end in 2 minutes and 2 laps from now.
Eisenhart slipped a little wide down there, turn number 2. Here comes the 79 up the inside, trying to get by Chase Setoff.
Oh, Setoff with a huge moment. Thrown right up out of the saddle, but he fights his way back, and then Gautier almost takes out his front wheel. Setoff straightens it back out and keeps into the throttle.
And that might just fire up the 88 of Setoff. He might try to start charging a little bit harder.
He might. He's been charging pretty hard all night. I'm not sure how much more he's got left to give.
Yeah, I don't know either. It just, you know, it could rattle you too at the same time. You just never know how you take that when somebody goes past you like that. Very impressive ride by the 66 of Logan Eisenhart. They have lost touch with the leader, so this is for the final spot on the podium is what this battle is for right here.
And this rider right here, Tom Drain on the Estenson Yamaha, 1.3 seconds in front of last night's winner, Cody Kopp. Back here with this battle for 3rd, Eisenhart, Gautier on the 79, Setoff on the 88, and once again, Gautier thought he'd be battling for the win here tonight, the way he performed in the heat race, and right now he's just fighting to get on the podium, let alone a win.
He won't be happy with that, but you know, 3rd is definitely better than 4th, so that is what he's racing for right now. They know what spot they're in right now. They want to get up there. They want to be on the box at Daytona. Here comes the 79.
Gautier to the bottom, and he's going to push Eisenhart wide. Eisenhart had to get out of the throttle. Dalton Gautier gets by. He's in a podium position, and Setoff slides past Eisenhart as well. Now can Chase do something with Dalton?
Chase trying the bottom line down here in 3 and 4 where Kristen was standing just a few moments ago. I don't know if the bottom line is the fastest right now. It might come in for those Super Twins.
coming up to 10 seconds and 2 laps remaining right now. Clocks will be going to zeros and we'll be down to the final 2 laps here in just a second. Clocks at zeros. Tom Drain will see the 2 laps to go. Here he comes. Drain on the 59 has led every lap of the main event here tonight as that Yamaha belches some flames out of the back. Kopp is not close enough right now, 1.7 seconds behind. There's Kopp. And here's the battle back behind him with Gautier and Sadoff as they fight over third. Drain coming to the white flag. 1 more lap remains here at Daytona for Tom Drain. He won the Al Lance Dallas Honda Challenge, and he's well on his way to winning his first main event of the year. Flames still belching out of the back of the 59. Slip wide in 1 and 2. Here he comes to the final corners. Tom Drain, the Australian, gonna take the win at Daytona. And he's fired up knowing the significance of that victory over the 2-time champion, Cody Kopp. Kopp will take second, Gautier gets third, Sadoff takes fourth, and Logan Eisenhart rounds out the top 5.
What a ride by the 59. He ended up on the ground last night on the last lap. He comes back tonight and wins his first short track of his career.
Let's take a look at the results from night number 2 here in Daytona. Tom Drain with the win over Cody Kopp and Dalton Gautier.
Chase Sadoff salvages a 4th place finish. I think he wanted a little bit better than that. Logan Eisenhart with a career best 5th. Justin Jones always good down here. 8th, Roos Evans. James Ott in 8th. Evan Renshaw, the rookie, in 9th. And Trent Lowe from the back of the pack all the way up to 10th.
We expect to see these guys battling quite a bit this year, Kristen.
Yeah, Ralph, you know, last year there were some question marks. All 4 of Tom Drain's wins came on half miles and miles, so entering this season, it was all about proving whether or not Tom Drain could be a championship contender. What does this validation do with your first career short track win for your championship hopes?
Yeah, this means so much to finally get a short track win. I've struggled a lot with these, and I've just been working, chipping away, putting all the effort in to try to become good and be able to fight for that title this year.
You were certainly good out there, Tom. Congratulations, your first career short track win on the Daytona short track, no less.
Here's a look at the replay, Scotty, beginning with Tom Drain here on the 59. Coming to the checkers, that's how you get it done.
He was pumped up about
And
that.
look at the gap back to Cody Kopp. It was significant for sure. Almost a full 2 seconds.
Cody, you've been dominant all weekend, but just now before Ralph tossed down to me, you said the track changed.
Yeah, I mean, today we weren't near as dominant as yesterday, that's for sure. Tom was on his game all day when he went out and did that 17.8. We knew we were going to have our hands full after practice and qualifying. So, yeah, we worked hard. We tried a few different gear changes, and, man, we never gave up. That was probably one of the harder rides I've put in. I was trying so hard to catch him, and it's been a long off season, but I'm happy to come out of here with a 1 and a 2, and we're ready for Sonoya.
I got to say, for Cody, as we take a look at the replay here, him battling with Eisenhart, and this is how he got himself up in the 2nd place. He's off to a really good start, Scotty. A 1st and a 2nd. That's the way you want to begin a championship chase.
Yeah, it looked like he hasn't missed a beat from last season. He's carrying his momentum into this season. He has 3 goals in mind. He's well on his way for all 3.
Back to Kristen.
Yeah, Dalton, to start off the season, a season in which you're running a limited schedule, 2 consecutive podiums back-to-back, but you seem disappointed.
Yeah, for sure. That was all on me. I got a bad start, got pushed up wide, and then carnage almost was happening in front of me, and I just ran my lines and started picking them off, and had to be pretty aggressive with a couple guys, and but that's short track racing, and I love being aggressive. So, yeah, I think we'll see. We might do the full season the way it's going. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked with 2 podiums, but I definitely wanted to win that. But that was all on me, and we'll fix it for the next one.
Ralph, Scotty, what a way to kick off the American Flat Track Singles season.
No doubt about it, Kristen. That's 1 main event down and 1 yet to go. Welcome back to the Royal Enfield Short Track here at Daytona. One person who has traditionally done very well here at Daytona and who finished 3rd last night is the spotlight of tonight's Dunlop Tire Profile, Brandon Robinson.
Yeah, kicking off the season at Daytona is sick. I love racing down here, man. A lot of guys are kind of, you know, Bears, don't like this place, and I'm like, I love it, let's go. I don't know, something about Daytona and me have always clicked, and it's where I got my first Grand National win back in 2013, and when you kind of win somewhere, you have a lot of confidence going into that track, and that's just, it kind of always propels me every year, and when I see it on the schedule as the first race of the season, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And just looking forward to kicking off the year at Daytona. Man, I live, I think, 20 minutes away from home, so it's always cool to be able to wake up in your own bed and be at your own home, do your own routine, and kind of just be in your element before a race. It's unique. You know, not a lot of guys get that opportunity, and I'm fortunate to be able to do that.
We will see if Brandon can match his prior glory at the Daytona short track when we return to the World Center of Racing.
Man up and swallow your pride, the bright lights, the crowd.
In the shadows of the world-famous World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway, we get ready for the Mission Super Twins up next. And here's a look at the highlights from earlier tonight. Briar Bauman taking the $500 Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award. Heat number 1, Scotty, this one off to a good start. Brandon Robinson on the 44. Quick on the start.
21 goes wide right there, and he hangs on to it, but the 44 was on fire.
Lives just about 20 minutes away from here, gets the hometown win. We go on to heat number 2. Dallas Daniels, Sammy Halbert, Johnny Lewis with a good start on the 10. The Yamaha's out front early, and the Harley was charging after him. And the XR 750 to the bottom, and Halbert goes to the lead. And Halbert takes the win to the approval of the crowd. On to the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. Could the Harley do it again? Here goes the Yamaha back to the front. And the Indian right there with it on the 44. Oh, down goes the Indian. And the Harley takes the $5,000 win. And we go to Kristen Beek.
Tonight, Brandon Price is racing with a second-degree burn on the inside of his right knee. He sustained that injury at round 1 where he earned a podium in his first start on that new bike. Now, Brandon rides so far forward on the bike, the valve cover actually melted through the Kevlar knee on his leather. So tonight, they fabricated a shield for him to go on top of that valve cover, but the knee is still tender and that could affect his grip tonight.
That's going to be a little tough to deal with, Scotty.
Yeah, he'll put that out of your mind as soon as that race starts. You will forget all about that. They've got it taped up. They've got it covered up. They got a little special guard to keep his knee off of the hot part of the motorcycle. So he'll forget all about it.
Scotty, let's take a look at our Mission starting lineup for the Mission Foods Super Twins main event.
Just like the singles, the front row is stacked. Brandon Robinson, he has won here 3 times. You got Sammy Halbert, he has won here 4 times. He's looking for his 5th. Brandon Price up there. Dallas Daniels has won 3 in a row. Row 2, Meese, the defending champ who has never won here. He's starting that second row. And also in that second row is the 2-time champ, Briar Bauman. He was our fast qualifier earlier, but he's stuck back there in row number 2.
Here we go. 10-second board is up, courtesy of our monster girl. She exits the track. It's time to go racing at Daytona. The Royal Enfield short track at Daytona, night number 2, round number 2. Ready to get underway. Lewis jumps a little too quick. Good start for Halbert. The Harley goes to the front as we go into turn number 1. Here comes Daniels on the outside on the 32. Price on the bottom of the 92. He's got second place.
Robinson ducks into the 3rd spot. They go up the racetrack down here at 3 and 4.
Oh, Price got a little loose down in the corners, and that really changed things up for Robinson and Daniels. Daniels on the outside comes to take second. Robinson's got 3rd, and here's Price right back at the very bottom in the yellow and black. He's not done yet.
Price is being very aggressive right now, and I like it. You got to get to the front right now. Don't let anybody check out. Keep the leaders right there in front of you.
Meanwhile, while all that's going on, the Harley is starting to stretch it out a little bit. Bike length or 2.
The 44.
Oh, Price got pushed way wide by Robinson.
Yeah, he just returned the favor. That happened earlier, so the 44 just said, I want that spot right back, and took it from the 92.
And with that, Daniels starts to clear them a little bit. He's got second comfortably now. Robinson behind him in third as the top four start to settle down a little bit. But here comes Briar Bauman, the former champion on the Rick Ware Racing KTM number 3, has got himself up into 5th. Can he get himself on the podium here tonight?
He's doing his best right now. He's marching towards the front. He's bringing Jared Meese along with him. Jared's up there in that 6th position, charging towards the front, trying to keep these top 4 in their sights.
And Smith on the 34 sits in 7th. Oh, ooh. Robinson inside as Daniels gets kicked up out of the saddle for a brief moment.
There's that one braking bump going into 3, and Daniels hit it. It's hard to see. You can see their lenses right now are starting to get covered, and that bump at 3 blends in.
Working 8 minutes and 2 laps to go. Daniels still in second. Halbert continues to lead. And here comes Robinson pushing hard on the inside of the 44, the Indian.
Ooh, the 44.
Harley, Indian, and Yamaha all in the top 3.
The 44 just got in the inside of the 32, pushed the 32 wide. Daniels reaches up, grabs the tariff. Now he'll go after the 44, looking for second place.
Bauman is getting quicker on the KTM number 3. He's about to challenge Price for 4th. He's there, he's on him.
Yeah, the 92 right now trying to hold on to the bottom of the racetrack. Briar looks like he is committed to the high side. It's a lot longer around, but if that's where your bike's working best, that's where you set it up for.
7.5 minutes and 2 laps remaining here. Price goes over the bumps while he's trying to get a tear off. That makes it a little difficult. That opens the door for Bauman, and he charges through. Now here comes Meese on the bottom, the 9-time champ. He's trying to make a move. Can Bauman get around Price? He does. He's up to 5th.
Price coming back on the inside.
Right back.
So Meese is smart. He's going to watch the 3 try to push his way through, and Meese will be right there to make the pass at the same time the 3 does.
Meese can't get the job finished with Price. Every time he gets around him, Price counters. Again, Meese gets past, puts him in 5th. Can he stay there this time? Vanderkoy now closing on the 20 on Price. There goes Meese, he's through, he's into 5th. Here's Halbert. Halbert has got the 44 of Robinson all over him now. So it's an Indian challenging the Harley, not the Yamaha right now.
It was about a half a second a moment ago. Now we're down to 0.3 seconds between first and second place.
And we are at 6.5 minutes and 2 laps to go in this contest. And it's right now, it's Halbert on the XR 750. Holding off the Indian of Robinson, the Yamaha of Daniels, the KTM of Bauman, and the Indian of Meese.
Robinson has the fastest lap of the main event so far, 1:8.660. He's tracking down the leader.
Robinson is right there on Halbert.
And Sammy can probably hear him. If not, he can feel him right now.
It might not be who he thinks it's going to be, though.
Yeah, you never know who's behind you. And I've noticed Sammy hasn't looked back one single time. He's focusing on what's in front of him. You look forward, you're going forward.
He might be expecting to see the blue of 32 of Daniels, which he saw last night. And it might be the black Indian, the 44 of Robinson, that shows him a wheel first. 5.5 minutes and 2 laps to go, almost halfway through.
Here comes the 44 up the inside.
Yep, Sammy pushed a little wide off the corner. Robinson closed in again. And don't forget, it was late in the race when the oiling started to happen and the brakes started to go away past the halfway point for Halbert. So how long can that XR 750 keep up the pace here tonight? And will it be good for the distance, or will the Gremlins rear their head again? There it is, Sammy knows he's there. He saw the wheel.
And right now, if you're Sammy, don't think about last night. Focus on what's at hand right now. Stay focused.
Halfway.
Yes, here we go.
Inside of 5 minutes and 2 to go. Sammy mentioned earlier that smooth is fast, and he is definitely doing that here tonight on that Harley.
Here comes Robinson looking at a different line. Sammy changes his line at the same time, coming off at 2, so they're mixing it up. You're hunting and searching right now, looking for the fastest way. Here comes the 32. I noticed a lap or 2. He's going in wider into 3, coming off at 4, a little bit lower. He can see the leaders, and the 32 is closing the gap. You can now see him right here. You can see the 44 and the 69.
as much pressure as Brandon Robinson is putting on Sammy Halbert, Sammy has not given him an opportunity to get past just yet, Scotty.
No,
and the longer he keeps him at bay like that, the more that clock ticks down, as we are now at inside of 4 minutes and 2 laps to go. Sammy has led for 6 minutes in this main event here tonight on that Harley.
Now Robinson took a look over his shoulder. He's like, okay, where can I get gutsy? Where can I try a different line? He's looked back. He saw how big the gap is back to him and Daniels. We'll see Robinson try pass here real soon.
Well, and the other thing that can help Sammy out here is if Daniels closes in on Robinson and they get to battling over second, that'll give Sammy a little bit more time up front.
Oh, man.
And now he gets kicked out of the saddle. That's going to open the door. Here comes Robinson through. Now can Halbert keep second and not allow Daniels to get past?
Robinson and Sammy touched off of turn number 2. It ran Sammy up to the wall into a line he hasn't been running. He hit that bump and it put him up on the front wheel. He did an excellent job of saving that bike from going down.
Down to the final couple of minutes of this one and then 2 laps as we approach the 3-minute mark and 2 laps to go right now.
And the 3 is applying the pressure to the 32, trying to get on the podium. Here comes Breyer.
Now can Halbert get his head back together, find the rhythm he had before, and chase down Robinson? And how are those brakes doing on the 69? I don't see him glowing yet.
No, I think he's fine. It's a little bit different track than it was last night. Last night he was using the brake to stay on the bottom, and then when that oil or whatever is coming out of the bike got onto that brakes, it makes them where they're not working at all.
2.5 minutes and 2 laps to go.
Robinson's got a half a second lead. Now here comes Sammy diving deep down here in turns 1 and 2. Now we're gonna have some lap traffic just ahead.
That might shake things up as well.
McGrain's going to get out of the way. Saw the blue flag. That means the leaders are coming. Holds your line. Does an excellent job. Gets out of the way.
There's Daniels dealing with Bauman. That's the fight for third. Daniels on the blue and white leathers on the 32, the winner here last night in the Estenson Yamaha.
And the 3 is right there. He's looking for a way around. That's the hardest part, making the pass and completing the pass. It's easy, it seems like, to catch somebody. Passing them is one thing here at Daytona.
Oh boy, you can see Daniels getting rocked around in the saddle on the 32. Bauman not close enough to be able to take advantage of it. Clock continues to tick down. We are at 1 minute, 30 seconds and 2 laps to go. Bauman trying the outside this time.
Best battle on the racetrack right now. We're keeping an eye on 3rd and 4th. Here comes Breyer up the inside.
It's right there on Daniels, right alongside. Daniels is gonna have to let him get through here and then come back after him if you can. There goes Bauman past. Daniels tries to get back to the inside. That's what he needed to do, and he makes it work.
And Breyer squares up the corner. He's gonna try to come back up the inside. This is a good battle.
Meanwhile, Halbert now almost a full second back behind Robinson.
Breyer in that brand new Howerton chassis. He's also going back to the old style. He's got throttle cables again, so he went back to what he is comfortable with, something he really likes.
There goes Daniels back around. Daniels back to 3rd in a podium position. And we close in on 30 seconds right now and 2 laps to go. Robinson a full second in front of Halbert.
The only thing I think that's going to keep Robinson from winning is maybe some lap traffic. Again, this is still the best battle on the racetrack. The 32 and the 3, that final spot on the podium. Nice is starting to show up a little bit, the 1 bike.
10 seconds and 2 laps to go. Robinson will be seeing 2 laps to go sign next time past the start-finish line. There it is, 2 to go for Brandon Robinson, Sammy Halbert, Dallas Daniels, Bauman, and Mies. That's your top 5. Here's Brandon Robinson right now. Lives just 20 minutes away from here, and Scotty, he's had some great success here at Daytona at this short track.
He is so fast down here. He's got so much confidence. Robinson has won here 3 times down here in Daytona.
White flag is out. One more shot for Sammy Halbert if he can catch a break with traffic or something. Johnny Lewis slow up top. Robinson all clear down the back straightaway. Final 2 corners. Here he comes on the Indian. Brandon Robinson wins his hometown race here in Daytona.
on his mechanic's 41st birthday.
What a way to celebrate. The Royal Enfield Short Track in Daytona, night number 2, goes to the Indian rider Brandon Robinson. Halbert takes second on the XR 750. Daniels gets third, Bauman gets fourth, and Jared Mees gets a top 5 in Daytona. The Progressive American Flat Track Series has been brought to you by Cat Rental Store, the official heavy equipment supplier of Progressive American Flat Track, and by Royal Enfield, an official OEM partner of Progressive American Flat Track.
Brandon, your 4th win here. What forced the momentum in your favor? How does this feel?
This feels amazing. It feels like it's been forever since I won a race, and going winless last year, and even that dash, I just feel like I threw it away, and I just kind of came into the main with a chip on my shoulder. I love this place. I love Daytona. Something about this dirt, it's the greatest dirt in the world as far as I'm concerned. Huge thanks to the Mission Roof Systems Hudson Roofing team, my crew chief Ben Evans, Cale Colquitt on suspension, had me dialed in, like absolutely perfect. From the last qualifier on, I just kind of had a feeling we were gonna get this thing done tonight. Slow, Dickie, Jim, everyone on part of our crew. Jerry Stinchfield, the man, the myth, the legend. He makes this all happen for me, and I couldn't do it without the team. Also, Arai, Hapasars, my family that's in the stands, friends. Dream ending to the week.
Brandon Robinson taking the win at his home track.
Brandon would love to have a few more races here in Daytona this year.
Well, he's won in Volusia just down the road as well, so he's very fast down here. And this is the pass right here, Ralph.
Working on Sammy Halbert, and Sammy had led over 6 minutes on that XR 750, and he got Sammy right up to the wall.
And then this bump right here sets him up out of the saddle.
Sammy, as they said, out of the saddle at one point in that race. The last time this bike visited Victory Lane back in 2013, but what does this podium mean to you and your team?
It's so good for us. I mean, the team's just ultimate support. The guys were working hard all weekend, keeping this thing running top shape, and it's big for me. I quit racing full-time at the end of 2021 and been bouncing around on bikes, kind of trying to find my rhythm. It's tough when you just step in every once in a while to be at the pointy end with these boys. They don't play, as you saw when I was riding the wall out there. But yeah, it means so much. It's really nice to come out of here healthy, be able to enjoy a podium, a couple dash wins, and really just rile up all the Harley-Davidson fans out there. That was so good. It's been a fun ride.
Sammy, congratulations. It was great to see you back here in Victory Lane, and pretty nostalgic to see a Dodge Brothers Racing Harley-Davidson on the podium in Daytona.
Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the results now. Top 3, Robinson, Halbert, and Daniels.
Breyer worked his way up to 3rd. He brought Jared Meese right along with him for a 5th. Davis Fisher, Jared Vandekoy, Trevor Bruner in his rookie season up to an 8th. Brandon Price slipped back a little bit to 9th. And Maxwell, a top 10, making his first main event tonight in Super Twins and caps the night off with a top 10.
Final trip down to the victory podium area. Here's Kristen.
Dallas rounding out the podium here tonight. What were you considering and thinking of in every pass exchange and attempt on Breyer Bauman?
I kind of go back to the beginning of the race. That was a technical track. With Breyer, he's so good when he gets into a groove like that. And I had kind of settled into my pace, and just those guys were kind of checked out, and it was like, all right, I knew Breyer was there. I could hear him when he came by. I was kind of just watching what he's doing for a few laps, and just really buckle down and just try to give everything I could. That main event, that was all I had to hold him off and pull away a little bit, but hope to keep it rolling into Sonoya.
Congratulations, Dallas Daniels, rounding out the podium here in Daytona, and that is it from us down here on the floor for Bike Week, guys.
All right, Kristen, it has been a great bike week here in Daytona, Scotty, as we kick off the 2024 Progressive American Flat Track Championship season.
I love starting it down here at the World Center of Racing Bike Week. All the bikers, all the people that come down here to check out everything, and a packed house here tonight, just like last night.
A couple hours north is where we'll be next, up in Sonoya, Georgia. We sure hope you can join us for all the racing action from there. It's going to be another fantastic round number 3. In just, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow night.
All right. Well, congratulations to Tom Drain, our singles winner. And to Brandon Robinson on the 44 for winning our Mission Super Twins main event. For Kristen Beaton, Scotty Dubler, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from now from the Daytona International Speedway in Bike Week 2024.